So I've been hiding something for almost a week now, and I'm really excited I finally get to share things with you guys. Let's get into this huge game-changing announcement. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today, and I've got probably one of the biggest announcements I've ever made on the channel, and it's quite a game changer because things with the old full bolt-on truck are about to change completely. And unfortunately, that project has been delayed to show up because FedEx is being incredibly slow lately, apparently. Everyone I talked to that has had a FedEx shipped package in the last month or two has said that it's been incredibly slow, and my case seems to be no different. This stuff is supposed to show up on Monday. I'm filming this on Tuesday, and obviously it's not Monday anymore, and my stuff isn't here yet, so I can't really show it off like I had planned to, but I'm gonna go ahead and announce it anyway because I can't hold this in much longer, and that is, it's official. As the title says, we are wrapping my 2003 Ford Explorer Sport Trac. And I'm not going to be revealing the color at all. The color is going to remain a complete secret until it is on the truck. I mean, anytime that the vinyl is shown off on video, it will be completely black and white. It will not be showing any sort of aspects of what it is. Only a few select people know the color. And it's not blue, and it's not going to be anything remotely similar to what it already is. And in fact, this color isn't even available on the Sport Trac almost at all. And I really can't wait to show you guys everything when it comes in due course. But I apologize for how dirty the truck is. I haven't gotten a chance to wash it. It's been raining. So washing has been kind of something that hasn't happened. But I'm going to go through everything, how this project's going to work out, what all needs to be done prior to the wrap being installed, because it's not going to be something right away. The material will be here very soon, but I'm not going to be putting it on right away because the truck does need a little bit of prep work before we get to that point. So first things first, I'm going to have to take an L and lose my badges, which is going to be really sad because the front badge here was kind of like a cool touch that up until after I did this, I think I was the only Gen 1 for the longest time that was running these. And I really like them. They look cool, but unfortunately, they will be biting the dust whenever the wrap comes in and goes on the vehicle, because we'll, of course, have to take it off to put it on the hood, which has always been my biggest sore spot with this thing because, I mean, just look at the paint. This is by far the worst spot on the truck in terms of the paint, minus the roof. The roof is even worse, but, I mean, the paint on the hood is horrible. Which is primarily the reason why I thought about wrapping. Pretty much, if you guys saw Monday's video with Michael's Mazda, that day was the day I got the idea to do this. And we talked for a minute after I'd cut the camera off. We were just like, hey, how hard do you think this would be to do? And we figured out pretty much that if we just did the minor bit of body work this thing needs, which isn't a lot, it'll be cheap, simple, under $1,000 even. So I went ahead and bought the material, bought the biggest roll that Metro Restyling offers in this color, and it cost me almost $700 worth of material, which was almost my entire savings account, really. And I'm really just excited. I really am sad it's not here today. I was originally planning on filming this with the stuff, but I don't want to wait any more longer because it's not out for delivery today. So it's not even worth waiting that much anyway. But I got the idea, and Michael and I were thinking, why don't we change the color a little bit? Instead of going back with another blue, why not change things up and go with a completely unique color? And I had three options. I had a deep space, which was like a color shift. I had Apollo blue from Hexus, which was my second place, and then the color I inevitably purchased. So I'm really excited to show you guys everything. But let's go through all the work we need to do to get it ready, because it's not really a lot, but it's a lot, if you get what I'm trying to say. So we're going to start up front, obviously losing the badges, losing the 4.0s on the side, which is really sad, but the front bumper is probably one of the worst body panels on the truck. It's got the most damage cosmetically. It's got the most just straight up damage. We have this groove, which was here when I got the truck. Very deep groove there. I don't know what caused that, but it was there when I got it. We used one of those paint pens from AutoZone to fill it up and try to fill the color in at least, because you can see directly through into the gray and the primer gray. and we were like, well, we should try to fix that. So we filled it in with one of those AutoZone paint pens, but even that is flaking up now. So nothing a little bit of Bondo can't fix, which is probably gonna be one of the things we do here. I was originally planning on replacing the entire front bumper, but talking to my dad and I, we plan on just trying to Bondo that up, which is probably one of the worst parts of Bondo. We are going to actually, while I'm on the topic of the front, we will be wrapping over the gray. So the gray cladding will be getting color matched as well with this. We may just have to wrap it a little bit thicker. The front plate will probably be coming off for good. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming off. It has to come off anyway to wrap it, so we might leave it off. And of course, we've got probably one of the most infamous things that everyone loves to point out when I go to car shows. Yes, the scrape that was caused by 16-year-old me. I'm finally admitting it. That was me when I was 16. I was not used to the turning circle, and I was backing out of my driveway, and I scraped a wall. There, that happened. 16-year-old me, still learning to drive. Don't hate. But the body work that we need on the bumper side is probably the worst, outside of the tailgate, which I'll get to in a minute. The hood, it doesn't really need to be too much prepared, minus getting rid of the badging and just being careful with the paint because of how bad the paint is. One wrong step and we could really ruin this with the vinyl. So we have to make sure we lay the vinyl down, we get it right the first time. And obviously the hood's a pretty weird panel with this because it's got all these curves and all these little bumps and stuff in it. Due to how the hood was designed, it's going to make things a little bit difficult for Michael because Michael will be installing this to deal with. So hopefully it won't be too bad, but Michael is not really looking forward to doing the hood because of the paint condition and how it's shaped. So fenders, again, will be pretty easy. We don't have any like big damage on the fenders. The fenders are pretty pristine outside of this one, like these like couple of little scratches here, which aren't going to show up at all because they're not even deep. Obviously cleaning it. This fender is like pretty pristine. There's nothing to really worry about in terms of shape. The shaping is good in terms of like, you know, dents, stuff like that. The hump here on the fender might be a little bit tricky, but I don't expect it to be too bad. Now we get to the doors, and that's where things are going to be kind of different and kind of tricky because of this trim piece here. Now this was also one of the big reasons why I decided I wanted to wrap the truck, because this has always been bad. So we might be taking this off. But I'm going to try to see if Michael and I can wrap over this and kind of seam it how it is here, where there's a pretty visible seam where this meets up with the door. It's obvious as that Ford just glued this on. So me and Michael are going to try to see how we can manage that, because it's obviously a huge part of the body lines. I mean, it matches up pretty well with the fender and then kind of flows into the back. So I want to kind of try to keep it on there, so that way we don't absolutely butcher it and break it, because these are old plastic bits. The heat probably, you know, thousands of, you know, hours in heat probably isn't very great for it. We have this dent down here, which again, I don't know where that came from, how that could have even happened. That was there when I got it as well. Back door, same kind of story. Probably won't be the hardest thing to do, but this trim is going to prove to be a bit tricky. We will be wrapping the new door handles. I have, of course, the metal ones still that I haven't installed in the rest of the truck yet. We'll be leaving the plastic ones completely unwrapped. The metal ones will be wrapped though, not including the one on the other side. That'll be done last because I'll leave it black to match these. But once these are replaced with the metal ones, which we may do actually while we got the wrap going on, we may go ahead and undo the door handles while we're wrapping it and go ahead and install the new ones. So we might do that. The back fender be really easy. I was concerned about the rock chips because both fenders on the back have these really bad rock chips on them, but Michael and I looked over it last weekend and he said that we'll be fine, nothing to worry about there, because they have some minor scratching and stuff like that. You gotta keep in mind, this truck has 240,000 miles. It's seen a lot of driving, so obviously there's going to be some imperfections. Then we're getting to the second worst body panel in terms of damage, that being the tailgate. Now the tailgate doesn't look too bad from a distance, but what makes it bad is this dent, which was caused directly, literally a day after my accident when I was 16. I got rear-ended in this truck. It bent the frame. If you guys stand just right here, you can kind of see the left side of the bumper sags a little bit, and that is because of the frame damage the truck actually has. And the day after, I was dropping off the same friend I was with, and I got rear-ended, and I lost traction in the driveway. Open diff hits the street and launched me into the mailbox. So that was kind of how that happened, and we'll be trying to fix that at some point. I just don't know how that's all going to come out, so I might wind up replacing the tailgate altogether, which probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea anyway. Just for like a new panel, if I can find one. It will be kind of tricky to install, but we'll make it work. But again, the rear bumper will be color matched as well. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do for the little steps right here. We may leave these completely exposed and do like the vinyl wrap around it, or we might try to vinyl wrap over it. I'm not quite sure. But everything you see gray will also be matching the color as well. The taillight tint will be staying on. Michael does have a new film that I'm interested in trying out, but I will be leaving it as is until I can talk with him more on that. This will be staying the current color it is, this like plastic black, because it's kind of like, you know, it's black right now. It doesn't look like crap like the gray trim does. Even the newer versions of the Gen 1 that were color matched had this in black, so I'll be leaving this in black. So we get up here, we're going to talk about this right here in a second, but we're going to talk about real quickly the roof rack delete. You guys might remember I did a whole video, shoddily made, but a video where I deleted my roof rack. And I put the bolts back in the place here and sealed them that way, just in case of like water damage or stuff like that. But I will be removing these bolts all together whenever we do the vinyl wrap, and we'll be bonding over this and sanding it smooth and then wrapping over this to make it clean. It'll be permanent then. I can't go back and put the roof rack on at that point, but I don't plan on it anyway, so no biggie there. We'll just leave this the roof rack and we'll be back to that. And we'll be doing that for all the bolt holes all the way around on the other side as well. This trim here is quite finicky. It's really hard to find this stuff, and they're notorious for being very brittle. This one's actually slightly chipped already. We will be just directly wrapping over this, no biggie. We do have some paint bubbling up here as well, which we'll deal with when that time comes as well. Hopefully it won't be too bad to deal with, but we're gonna do our best to kind of flatten it out and just make it where the final wrap will look like jank underneath it. Rest of the bodywork is pretty simple. I mean, really, outside of like all this, I think getting behind the bed might be a little tricky. Again, another fender with some bad rock chips. Apparently Michael said those won't even show through. So gas door will be really easy. It's just a simple design. And again, this is one of the metal door handles here that we've got here. We won't be wrapping over this right away, but we will wrap over this after the metal door handles are installed the rest of the way. And then all like the black trim and stuff like this, and the mirrors and like the back of the bed again will be staying this color. We aren't wrapping over the mirrors or anything, even though I do want to put a fresh coat of paint on these arms right here for the wipers. These are showing a lot of wear, so I am tempted to paint over those. But that's kind of just a brief walkthrough of what the truck's gonna go through when it's time to wrap it. Obviously, it'll be a lot cleaner when that time comes, but I'm really excited for this. It's a game changer for me. The truck's not gonna be the same too much longer. I honestly don't have a timeline for installation because, again, we've got quite a lot of body work to do. I may wind up replacing with the front bumper and the tailgate if our fix in the front bumper fails. I can't guarantee if it will or not. So not necessarily the most exciting thing ever. Do you think about spending even more money on the body work to get it prepped for that? But if that's what I have to do, it's what I have to do. But the truck just is going to be completely different here in about a month at the latest. I plan on, if I don't get it done by the end of this month, in the next couple of weeks, it'll be done mid-September probably. And until then, the vinyl will be staying in my nice air-conditioned closet here at the house until it's time to go to Michael's and install it, because we're going to be doing it at his house. And I'm really excited to see how this all goes. So hope you're all excited to see this. I really wish I had the material right now to kind of show but not show, because like I said, I'd be filming in black and white and I'd be trying to hide the color from you guys. But I'm really excited for this, so I hope you all are just as excited as I am to see the full bolt-on truck go in a completely different direction. And of course, with that, I mentioned in the project This Is Out of Whack video last week that the secret project would also intertwine in the interior. Now, I don't have my keys out with me, so I can't necessarily open the door and go through everything. But remember how I said I was going to go back to my stock seats? So when I was talking about that, I was going to go with a company called leatherseats.com that do all sorts of custom upholstery, self-heated and cooled seats, which I'm still going to do. But instead of doing standard gray inserts, the inserts will be color matched in a sense to the color of the seats, what they're going to be. And the headliner will be replaced and all stuff. The gray parts will stay gray, but the seats will be completely different. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on Friday with a new video from the car meet. Take care, everyone.